What's going on? It's Scott Pizzle. So this week, due to a personal matter, I had to get away and was in very, very, very rural America, uh, where all I had to my disposal was my thoughts. I was not able to do the Giants Outsiders podcast this week because of it. Um, but I had a very therapeutic week to not only think about my life, but to think about my Giants fanhood. And I wanted to share those thoughts with you today or tonight. You know, as we obviously get ready for the Buffalo Bills Giants Buffalo Bills game, which, well, let me tell you about it. So I've always said that this channel is a channel about a fan, and you partake in his journey of being that fan. I never try to be like a lot of people here on YouTube. I never try to be something that I'm not, right? This is just a story, and this is a place where I share it. I've told this before, and but I'll tell it again. 1990 was when I became a New York Giants fan. I was in between 5 to 6 years old, which is hard to believe because, to be quite honest with you, because my daughter, little baby doll, who so many of you love, is currently 6 years old. And I look at her and I watch her and I just shake my head because I can't imagine me being that young and even understanding the Giants and even giving a damn enough to say, yeah, I want to follow this team. I don't know really what happened there, but something happened. But the Giants playoff run that year, which led to Super Bowl 25, was so infectious to me that I was completely hooked. Just tremendously, right? And Super Bowl 25, which was against the Buffalo Bills, which just so who we happened to play this Sunday night, was such an important game. And really, I credit a lot of that to the birth of my fanhood for the Giants. They had caught my interest. They had my attention. But that game is what did it for the rest of my life. And I sit here and I think about it, and I've had, and like I said, I had time to reflect this week. This is over 30 plus years now of being a fan of this team. 17 of these years you have seen live here on YouTube. 17 years. It's hard to believe that the majority of my Giants fanhood now has been spent on YouTube. And it's crazy to think, but it is true. But I started to ask myself, because this season right now, and obviously we got the news that Tyrod Taylor is the starting quarterback this week. This season has just been so frustrating. And I look forward to watching the game Sunday night because so many of people have said that Daniel Jones is the problem. And so I can't wait for Tyrod Taylor to showcase that. I look forward to his opportunity at proving those people to be correct. It will be interesting to see if he's able to do that. But with that being said, through all the frustrations that many of you have seen over the last few years, I asked myself this past week, if I could go back in time If I could go back to Super Bowl 25 against the Buffalo Bills, which, if you remember that Super Bowl, the Bills was this high powered offense. How in the world was the Giants going to slow down the Buffalo Bills? They were it. They were modern football. They were the show. And how were the Giants going to do it? This underdog role that they were in. But I asked myself this week, if I could go back in time and I know what I know now, would I've said, you know what, I'm going to wait a little longer before I really dedicate the rest of my life to a team. I'm not really gonna commit to the Giants right now. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life giving a damn about this team because 30 plus years later I'm gonna be on YouTube sharing frustration after frustration after frustration after frustration. And the answer is really simple to me. I wouldn't trade none of it for the world. The Giants have helped me enjoy this game of life in so many ways. And so many of you see the frustration, and there's no question that I have a unique way of showing how I feel. But even through it all, I've been there, I've done that, and I'm going back for more. And so, while many of you believe I'm stupid or a clown or whatever adjective you want to use to describe who Cop Pizzle is, just know that I wouldn't trade the memories that I have with the Giants for nothing. Because from that moment of being a little boy to being now late 30s grown man, I've had the time of my life, both good and bad, rooting for this team. So, if the Buffalo Bills are going to give us an ass whooping on Sunday night, I'm here to take it. I'm here to embrace it, and I'm here to love it. Because I know, through all the time of watching this team, the good times will come again. The rain will eventually stop. And the sun will come out again. So, no matter the players that you think that I am for, for example, Daniel Jones. I was a Daniel Jones fan the day he got drafted by this team. But make no mistake about it, I was a Giants fan before Daniel Jones was even born. And the day that Daniel Jones is well away from this team, I'll still be a Giants fan. A player does not make a team for me. The team makes the player. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.